Yeah, hello, everyone. You are welcome to day two of the Seller Digital Creators Summit. And today is going to be phenomenal. Yesterday we had, back-to-back amazing sessions. Talking about sessions with Trisha Bees, talking about sessions with Anko Nakpal, the founder and CEO of Teachable, talking about panel sessions with Adora, Temi Popula, and also Dr. Joybet, all the way from Cameroon. We had an amazing session today. Yesterday, and today's session is just going to be phenomenal because we have the one and only David Nandwa in the building. David is an amazing guy, founder and CEO of Honeycoin. Before I bring David into the studio, we have Jojo Blends all the way from Ghana viewing this right now. And we also have Annie Essay viewing the same. Good morning, Milton. Good morning, Annie. How are you doing today? We have Wanchuku Prince in America from Nigeria saying good morning, guys. And guys, guess what? I have the one and only David Nandwa in the studio.
Hey, can you hear me?
Good morning.
Hey,
How you
can you
doing?
hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Are you hearing me?
Yeah, I can hear you now loud and clear. I'm excited to be here, man. I'm excited to be here.
I'm excited too. How's the weather in Kenya right now in Nairobi?
It's actually today is such a beautiful day. I think the day just knew it was the Seller Summit happening between yesterday and today, so it behaved. It's behaving. It's really behaving. And so yeah, I just woke up, sun was out. I'm thinking about the summit, and I'm just like, wow. No, so the weather is pretty nice here. I'm only wearing this hoodie because, as you can see, I have to rep some honeycomb watch out here.
Yeah.
I just you never send me seller much. Otherwise, I'd have won some seller much. That's the problem.
It's fine. I should send you a seller match. I'm going to send you a seller match
Please,
personally. I will send it to you. I will
please, I
send it
need
to
it.
you. I will send it to
Like,
you. Before we jump into your session, because I know that you have like an amazing slide for us. I just
yeah,
want to like say thank you for like doing this with us, and also I think Kenyans are one of like my favorite Africans because I was
wow.
in Kigali sometime last year, and I met with a Kenyan that was so nice, and I'm like, you know what, Kenyans are one of my favorite Africans, so it's good to have you here, David. It's good
Yeah.
to have you
No,
here.
glad to be
So
here,
I'm going to
man.
leave the studio right now. We would have people from Kenya viewing this right now. I can see John Mark Mugabe
Hey,
Mugambi viewing this.
that is one of my questions. I can see is up there. uh,
Amazing. So, David, I'm leaving the studio right now, and the floor is yours.
awesome. Let's do it. Excited. Awesome. Let's get started. So yeah, I don't think I need to introduce myself again. Milton and the seller team did such an amazing job. But just for formality, my name is David Nandwa, CEO and CTO as well as the founder of Honeycoin. Fun way I like to describe Honeycoin is sort of like if Coinbase and Patreon had a baby and that baby was born in Africa. And today we're going to be talking about something super exciting that's close to my heart because this is exactly what we're doing day in, day out at Honeycoin. And one of the things that I only see growing, not only in Africa, but globally, and that's powering the creator economy with blockchain technology. And so, yeah, let's go ahead and jump in. So a quick session, a couple of session tips for you all. Feel free to drop any questions as we go through this session. I know Milton and the team will do a good job at rounding them up because at the end, I'm gonna save like at least lock in some time for us to have to do some Q&A and just chat. Another thing is please tweet, share about this amazing summit, share about this session. Get folks in here, get folks connected to Seller, get folks plugged into the summit. That would be amazing. And of course, questions sent via the chat room will also be answered at the end of the session. So please stay tuned. It's gonna be awesome. All right, so just a quick rundown. I wanted to break down all of the things I'm going to talk about so that you guys get like a beat on like essentially how this session is going to run. But on the right of the screen next to the big text, that's essentially like how we're going to run things down. So we're going to talk about how we as Honeycoin leverage blockchain and crypto, why it's so important as a creator. And for us as a platform, what's a blockchain? Because I know there's some people here who are not crypto native and want to get those folks, understand what crypto is, what Web3 is, what a blockchain is. Let's talk about NFTs because that's a huge buzzword as a creator, and that's one of the things that we definitely want to hit the nail on the head and jump into. And then yeah, we'll just go through benefits, how to get started. We'll do a quick recap, and then the bulk of the session will now be a Q&A. I'm excited. Let's jump in. All right. So first and foremost, I want you guys to know the person who's talking to you at this summit. So as I said, David Nandwa here. I'm a senior software engineer and founder. I've built and scaled multiple products, now serving millions of users across the world. I've had 2 small exits as well. So sold one product in consumer space and another one in the e-commerce space as well. Some of the logos you see there are companies that I've worked at. Shout out to Financial Professional. That's a company that I'm one of the co-founders in. I'm a CTO there, and really amazing guys. I love what they do. I love what we're building. So just shout out to them. And then on the left side, you can see a company that we all know and love, Flutter Wave. I've also worked and been involved with Andela, and those 2 icons there are Stellar and Celo, which are 2 blockchain protocols that I've worked closely with. So as you can tell, most of my experience is expansive. These are not all the companies I've worked with, but these are sort of like the ones I wanted to highlight. And at the bottom there is like a highlight on the fractional protocol for NFTs that I'll be talking about later on, because that is super exciting. And it's one of the things that I recently wrote, plugged this into Honeycoin so that we are now using as a product offering. But anyway, that's an intro on myself. Quick intro on Honeycoin. So like I said, Coinbase meets Patreon, Africa, baby, all of that stuff. So anyway, Honeycoin is like a multifaceted ecosystem. And that's a big word to just say. We're not just serving creators, we're serving consumers, we're serving users. We have like a B2B wallet, we have a crypto wallet, and then we have our creator platform, which is a sweet spot for this specific summit. And our creator platform essentially helps, creators escrow payments, receive crypto and fiat for payments for services or goods. We're more focused on the crypto side of things, or run crypto-based courses and cohorts, mint and deploy NFTs on like marketplaces that we all know and love. So your OpenSeas, Foundation, Rarible. If you don't know them, we'll talk about them in a bit as well. And so yeah, you can deploy collectible NFTs as well as fractional ones. And the really cool thing about us is we're not picky, we're not choosers. We support over 5 blockchains for the NFTs, and you as a creator will actually be able to mint them on all of those. So let's actually talk about the opportunity. I want to just set the stage by saying, giving you guys this fun fact. So the creator and internet economy in Africa is booming. It's going to be, based on a report by IFC and Google, they actually are seeing the fact that at the scale that it's growing at, it'll hit $180 billion by 2025. Now, I personally am so bullish about the creator economy that I think that number is not even the actual number of the internet economy and creator economy in Africa. And I'm super excited about that. And it also just goes to show that we've literally scratched the surface. The millions of dollars that Seller is doing, the millions of dollars that Honeycoin is doing, that's the surface of what we're actually going to scale into. And that's why I'm so bullish and passionate about creators. All right, so and quick segue, as Honeycoin, we actually support 8 blockchains and hundreds of tokens for all of these offerings. And that becomes important as I segue into a couple of things that we're going to be talking about here. So very quickly, let's start at preschool. What is a blockchain? What's the buzz? What's crypto? What's a blockchain? All of these big words that people use around. So, I want to simplify it so that you guys understand that, so that when you talk about creators and crypto, you guys get it. So basically, a blockchain is just like a system. Think about it like a ledger. Like your bank has a ledger where they store all of your transactions, but now this is a ledger that's online, and where basically a series of immutable transactions are made in any cryptocurrency, and also run and maintained by a network of computers. Not like the servers that Google has, but actually, like even your laptop could become a validator or a mining rig that helps to validate cryptocurrency transactions. But I anticipated that would even leave you guys further out than and help you understand it. So, breaking it down further, basically, a cryptocurrency is basically like a digital token that can be transferred, received, and liquidated. So there you have your Naira, and you can give it to a shopkeeper, and they give you bread. Or there you have your shillings, and you can do that, or your dollars, and you can pay for goods and services. Think about a cryptocurrency as exactly that, only digital, but not the same as a digital currency that's released by a government. So those are two different things. And immutable, big word. All that it means is, yeah, once it's up, forget about it. Meaning, once it's up, it's permanent. It can't be changed, modified. Very recently there was this huge story about this couple that stole $3.2 billion worth of crypto. And why were they caught? Because of the blockchain. The blockchain can't be changed. If it was a bank, maybe the file gets lost, and all of a sudden these guys are billionaires. But now the money can be recovered to all of the people who got, rug pulled and screwed over. And finally, decentralized. It's basically just no entity or person can control that particular blockchain in proof of work blockchains. Now, because we're focusing on the creator economy, I'm not even going to dig into what a proof of work or proof of stake blockchain is, but I wanted to give these, very core definitions so that when you start talking about these other things, you guys will be, attuned to everything. And now this is going to be the bulk of the my session, and it's going to be talking about NFTs. I know everyone watching this right now has heard about NFTs. I know everyone watching this right now is like, how can I buy? How can I invest? I'm seeing guys selling NFTs for millions of dollars. I'm seeing artists, who were working two jobs are now retired or are full-time creators. So, what's going on in this space? So, simple definition, NFTs are basically just non-fungible tokens. That's still a long word. So, non-fungible just basically means it can be replaced. So, it's a digital signature on the blockchain attached to either a digital asset or a physical asset that can be bought, sold, or traded. So, let's talk about the physical aspect first. Physical meaning, if I own an NFT tied to a physical asset, let's say it's real estate. In the traditional sense, when you buy a house, you get a title deed. But there's a huge problem in that. It's that the fact that title deed, you have to keep it in a briefcase under your bed, or you lock it in a drawer. What if that drawer gets, I don't know, like God forbid, but flood comes and that title deed is drenched, it's ruined, or you lose that title deed. This is actually a situation that happened to, someone, a family member of mine. They lost the title deed, and the process to get a new one took years. We're not talking about 1 year, 2 years. I'm talking about more than 5 years just to get back the title deed. So imagine you own land, but I can't even prove that I own the land. And I have someone who's on my land because that title deed is just a piece of paper. NFTs solve this, and NFTs solve this in a way that you avoid the failure. I'll call it like the weak points of legacy systems. Now let's talk about a digital asset as well. Digital meaning I can't feel it. So if I buy art online and I have the NFT of that, I have the digital signature proving that I'm the owner, or I have the digital signature proving that I'm the artist. That helps to mitigate fraud. Because one thing that happens online, you guys, everyone watching this has probably seen. Me as David, if I see something that Milton did or Douglas from Seller did, and I'm like, dude, that's really cool, this guy did it on Twitter, so let me go on Reddit, post this as my own. I get the clout, I get the credit, maybe I even get some money from it. And NFTs actually help to completely, curb that sense, that kind of fraud that happens a lot. So, most folks, you guys know these ones. Mainstream NFTs. Most people know about the NFTs, these JPEGs that are selling for millions of dollars. We have like Body Piat Club there, CryptoPunks, down there. Everyone has seen them. You've seen them on Instagram. You've seen them on Twitter. And this is like I'll call it like the Bitcoin of NFTs because everyone knows it. But this is literally a fraction and the tip of the iceberg on what really is happening behind the scenes and what creators, you as a creator, need to be focusing on in terms of leveraging the blockchain to power your creative business, your brand, and you as a creator in this economy, in this internet economy that's like rapidly changing, becoming a Web3 native economy. So what are the core problems that NFTs solve for creators? Like you as a creator, why should you be actually thinking about this? Why should you even be digging in? Now, I've already talked about the fraud aspect. NFTs help you combat against people stealing and selling your work as their own. And this is frustrating, it's super frustrating to see something that I did. Someone is taking the credit for it, acting like, oh, it's me. Like, and as a creator, you want systems, not just centralized ones. Like if actually, I think if there's any YouTubers on this summit, how frustrating is it for you to upload a video and YouTube tells you that the music in that video is someone else's, or the video is someone else's and it's you there, like so that's a huge pain point. NFTs solve that. I promise you, in the next, not even year, in the next few months, we're definitely going to be seeing a lot of video content being tied to NFTs. We are doing some things in the work. I can't allude to anything right now, but we're doing some things in the works around video-based NFTs. Basically, if copyrights were NFTs, we wouldn't need a review team. We wouldn't need a manual review team to go and decide on whether or not this is this person's and this is this person's. And that excites me because we'll be able to curb the fraud. Now, number two, collective ownership. Fans and users, to be honest, they're getting tired because, like, if you look at NFTs and you look at the way things are happening right now, creators are putting out a lot, which is great, and what they're putting out is amazing, but fans and users are just, they're taking it in. They're taking it in. It's almost like imagine like you eat every day, and so food doesn't excite you. Like, I don't wake up and think about lunch, or maybe some people do. Let me not let me not say that. And there's some people who actually they're thinking about food like that. But it's because food is a repetitive thing, so I don't take it as seriously. Neither do I feel like it's my birthday when I'm eating breakfast. And that's what is happening when we think about the creator economy. It's that there's a surplus of content and there's a surplus of consumers, but there is no connection between the creators and the consumers. Collective ownership actually helps to solve that in a way that it removes that detachment from you as a creator and your fans or your clients, even. You're, as a developer, designer, someone in the service industry, you still need that connection with your clients. And NFTs help you to actually do that, and bring that collective ownership, to whatever process flows that you have. And lastly, reach. I always say, if I'm in a bigger pond, it means I catch more fish. If I'm in a smaller pond, I have less fish. Maybe I like tilapia, and all I'm seeing here is, I don't know what, like regular fish. I don't know types of fishes, so you'll excuse me there. But crypto and NFTs, what it does is it actually allows you, similar to what email addresses did for the internet, wallet addresses in crypto are doing the same thing. And that is connecting every single person that's on the internet to each other. Meaning, if I have a wallet address, I go on a site that supports any wallet adapter, be it MetaMask, Honeycoin, Trust Wallet, all of these. I go on the site, MetaMask is integrated. All I need to do is click sign. I've logged in, no email, no password. All I need to do is buy, send. I don't need to go through any intermediary, no PayPal, no Visa, no card. Not to say that these systems are bad, but when we think about reach, it's taken years for PayPal to be in the countries that it's in. But with crypto, with NFTs, it seconds for you to connect with someone in the Philippines, as a creator in Nigeria, as a creator in Kenya. It takes seconds for you to connect with fan in South Africa. Our three platforms building these to create an environment that allows you to monetize anywhere and everywhere. And that's something that you as a creator should be thinking about. Because why are you thinking about the person who's buying, or your work in your hometown or in your home city, when there's someone in Hong Kong and you're here in Ghana, and they actually want to buy it, and you need to actually be creating like an avenue for them to do that. And that's done through NFTs. So I want to use, and that's by showing you a real world example baked freshly by the Honeycoin team. And this is like actually a drop that's only, when did we do it? 6 plus 7 plus 2, 7 days old. Sorry, I had to I had to think about that a bit. The date is not correct on there, but it's correct on the post that we put out. But anyway, this is actually one of the biggest artists in Kenya. Octopizzo, he has a huge, we're talking hundreds and size of millions of fans, hundreds of thousands of fans on Spotify, Apple Music that stream his music every month, actually. Are one of the pioneers of fractional protocol that allows Octopizzo as an artist to literally mint his songs as NFTs, and you as a consumer to be able to buy these fractional shares. Basically, you're buying a portion of the royalties that he'll get from DSPs, from streaming platforms. But outside of the royalties, it's not really about upside. You're actually co-owning that song that he's doing. And this song, by co-owning that song, you get access to like limited perks. So I go to an Octopizzo concert, maybe I don't even need to pay. I show them the NFT, and that's like my digital signature to enter that event. Or I'm in the event, and all of a sudden there's like this based or like this VIP Honeycoin X Octopizzo room that only the NFT holders get. Or you actually go to buy some merch from Octopizzo because you own the NFT, you get limited drops, you get access that other people are not getting access to, and it's only because you bought this NFT. Now, what's really cool about what we've done is you can actually purchase these NFTs through legacy systems. So we built mobile money interfaces so that you don't have to be crypto native to purchase these NFTs. But what I am showing you here is super exciting because we are tackling and actually solving one of the core problems around NFTs, and that's the fact that most NFTs are not liquid. So when as a consumer, if you get into NFTs, there's a big problem in that because most NFTs are collectibles, then me as an investor, I am only buying the collectible because I am attached to it and hoping that someone else will see the inherent value. Almost like how, art is bought. The Mona Lisa costs that much because people have attached that value to it because of the time, because of the painter, because of a number of different things, but it's mostly time and the person who did it and the fact that it was preserved for this long. But with most collectibles, like the CryptoPunks that we just saw and talked about, as a consumer, as an individual investing, I want the liquidity to know that I will actually be able to profit and benefit from owning this NFT. That's what fractional NFTs do. That's why we as Honeycoin were super excited to be the second platform out there to be doing this on the royalty side. And it's super exciting stuff. This is not to allude to anything, but this is the first of many drops. By doing this one, we already have so many artists, including artists in West Africa who've been reaching out to us who want to do this, and that excites me so much because as a creator, you should be thinking about like, I want to be on the edge of progress and innovation, because not only is that where the most profit is made, but that's also where the most excitement is. That's where no one likes doing things the same way. I don't want to eat the same meal every single day. It's the same way as a creator. You don't want to be doing the same things that everyone else is doing. You innovating on how you monetize, on how you run your business, how you run your brand is actually what helps you to also optimize for upside and also optimize for a scenario where your fans feel better because they're also co-owning and growing with you. So yeah, super exciting stuff. I dropped the link there. You could check it out. So I spent a lot of time on that last slide, and it actually segues into this question. Why isn't this a fad? Why isn't this a passing trend? I can give you an example. The artist I just showed you, Octopizzo, like I said, audience size of millions. This guy has so much pull in East Africa and globally, fans in the US, UK. We're talking about massive, massive impact. We're talking about folks who are really tied to this guy. But the way that he was, distributing his music, Spotify, Apple Music, was broken. Because yes, he remains the owner. Yes, he remains the overall person. But like the biggest problem is actually the fact that this individual, this Octopizzo as a creator, was not benefiting as much as he could by just going directly to his fans, his audience, sidestepping the DSPs, sidestepping the labels who always want to take a cut. Most of these platforms, they've optimized for a scenario where if we want to help you succeed as a creator, not only will you give us a percentage of your take, but sorry about that. Not only will you give us a percentage of your take, but we'll pay you for it, but we also want a percentage of the ownership. So with this drop, Octopizzo actually made a lot more than you'd have made with a one-day drop of his songs on Spotify, Apple Music, etc. And of course, time is a factor here. But you as a creator should be thinking about, one, if I want to become liquid so I can create more, how do I do that? How do I scale? And it's not just for the big creators. If you are an artist or a musician, if you're a photographer and you're looking at him and we're talking about millions of people, and you're saying, oh, that can work for $10 a month, is $10,000 a month. Only the top 1% of individuals globally are earning more than $100,000 a year. And you're already there just by 1,000 people, 1,000 true fans. So this isn't a fad, because Octopizzo himself even took his music off Spotify. He was like, no, I'm not doing deluxes, I'm doing NFTs. And that excited me so much, because it's like, we're not just improving legacy systems, but we're creating new ways of engagement. We're creating new protocols that allow you as a creator to own more, do more, and engage more with your fans, and you as a fan to connect more with the people that you love. And it even makes me emotional thinking about it. So let's talk about like some of the core things around NFTs. One is ownership. So the reason, if you think about it, let's think about like why do people engage, or why are NFTs so game changing, or why are NFTs not a fad, to expound on everything I just talked about in the last slide. Yeah, that would be say better. So on the ownership side, why do people buy stocks? Like, why do you buy Tesla, Apple? Why do people buy Gucci, Supreme, Nike, Adidas? Why do people buy land? It's because of ownership. If I, as a consumer, as a user, know that I'm an owner in something, I feel more connected to it. Not only do I feel more connected to it, but I feel more engaged to see it go, further. I am honestly drawn closer to it, based off the fact that I'm an owner. And existing systems and platforms are terrible at this. YouTube makes billions of dollars from creators and pays out a fraction of that back. They increased their take because people are complaining too much. But will we keep waiting for incumbent platforms to increase their take so that you as a creator benefit? No, we'll just build better systems. Hopefully they catch up. Hopefully we partner with them, because the goal is not to take people out. The goal is to actually become cohesive. Let's work with these platforms. But if they're not optimizing for that scenario, the sellers and honeycoins of this world will, and you'll be better for it. And we'd love to see you win as well. So super exciting stuff. Anyway, so we talked about that, but let's talk about community. Why do people support football teams? Like, why do I have a Chelsea jersey at home, and I buy one every year when the kit changes, every season when the kit changes? Why do people join clubs? Like, why are you in the golf club? Why are you in the hiking club? Why do people love BTS? If people don't know what BTS is, it's some big, I think they're a Korean band. I'm sorry to the BTS lovers in this call. I don't know the technicalities of it, but it's because fans and your clients, they love that connection on a deeper level. DAOs and smart contracts allow you to build intricate communities that engage with the audience and your clients better. And in turn, it's not just about a Discord. It's not just a WhatsApp group. It's not just about, we're not talking about these platforms that create communities. We're talking about ways to build these platforms that make them scalable. Like, the reason that these things are not a fad is because legacy systems don't allow you to do this in an automated way. And that goes to the next slide, which is autonomy. That just means that if you were the one who said that I'm creating this structure, I'm creating everything around this, and I'm doing it in a way that is completely legit, it's hard for me to believe you. I don't even know you. But if you tell me that, like, I just deployed this smart contract that performs these specific functions in this particular way, and it operates outside of my control, I trust you more, because I'm like, okay, I can go on the blockchain and I'm seeing it there. I know that this thing has been deployed. You're not going to be like, modifying it. When you modify it, I know. So, like, literally, NFTs and smart contracts are actually helping you as a creator, one, to do less, but me as a fan, two, to trust you more. And scale. I just talked about this, in the last slide. Every single individual with a wallet address has the potential and opportunity to become your client and a fan. And that's huge. The world is your oyster, literally. It's not just a saying anymore. All right. So I hope by now there's some folks listening to this and they're like, all right, David, I'm sold. Like you have pitched this like a salesperson selling me soap at the door. And I want to jump in. So how do you get started? First things first, just ask. You know, there's so many tokens, so many exchanges, so many blockchains. I think the biggest thing that friends of mine who want to get into crypto usually say is, how do you filter all of this? Like, how are you not insane, or how have you not gone crazy by now? And that's the thing. Just like there is so much to do in the world and you only need to do a few things, it's the same thing in crypto. You don't need to be in all tokens. You don't need to be minting on all blockchains. You don't need, as a creator, to have all crypto wallets. No. And the only way that you know what works and what doesn't is you do your own research, but you also speak to people in the space. You talk to people like me, you talk to people like Milton, Douglas, you talk to people in the Web3 space building these products. I am more than willing. Like my DMs have never been closed because I always love having these kinds of conversations with folks. And for me, that connection to people is something that I deeply value and would want to invest in a lot more. It's the things that companies like Nestcoin are doing with Breach, to help educate the masses. That's how we'll get folks more into crypto. And so ask as many questions, because I would also, caution you, don't just jump in. Like, be inquisitive, ask questions, so that when you're jumping in, you're incredibly sure. You're so sure that this is what I want to do. This is the way I want to do it. And then research. Some blockchains, you've probably seen this online, have negative effects on the environment. So you want to look at, a particular blockchain's impact on the environment, the climate, and sorry about that. And after that, you make a decision. But I promise you, there are other blockchains that are actually carbon negative, even better than existing systems built on, like, enterprise servers that are running 24/7. So please do your research and don't cancel everything thinking that all blockchains are the same. Lastly, plan. Crypto and NFTs are not magic. We're not saying it's like the just add water of the creator economy. You add it and all of a sudden you're there. You're a millionaire. You tap into everything. It's like, they're not a magic wand, but they are so much better than legacy systems that you should not think, I'm gonna replace everything I'm doing, but start to add it as like a layer. The way a cake is layered, just do that. Do that. Like, the way we power the creator economy at Honeycoin is we think about what could enhance and improve the lives of creators, and not what could replace. Because if we think of replacement first, we never give you a chance to make a decision. And you should be approaching this the same way. Like, think about it as layering, so that you can take away things that you don't need, and not really replacement. And lastly, dive in, please. Don't be so scared to jump into everything that you don't actually do. I would say approach this space like as open-minded as you can, but also cautious, because there are scams, there are people who want to, just rag pull you. So talk to trusted entities and, talk to trusted people, like I just mentioned. But please don't hesitate. After a summit like this, after my session, I expect you to be binging YouTube videos about crypto, shooting seller a DM, shooting Honeycoin a DM, me a DM, and diving in. Because the only way you start is by starting. So, quick recap. We've talked about so much. I'm hoping that you guys have some questions that I'll be able to jump into. If you don't, it means I did a good job at explaining everything, which is awesome. But anyway, we talked about, how we as Honeycoin work to help creators leverage blockchain and crypto, why it's important, what's a blockchain, basically immutable system, ledger, what's crypto, digital token like money, NFTs. That was the bulk of everything. I hope you caught something, but I know that this session is, repeated, which is great. So you'll be able to go back to the things that we talked about, benefits of being in Web2 and Web3, how to get started. And yeah, like, I think we covered so much. And, I just want to, first of all, wrap up and say thank you so much to the Seller team. This has been amazing. I've had such an amazing time talking with you guys on this virtual summit, so much so that I wish there was a physical summit. Next time, Milton and Douglas, I'm going to be disturbing you guys so that we can do a physical summit, because this is not enough. I need to see all of these folks that I've been watching this. But thank you so much. I am excited that I'm actually on time. I've done so amazing on time that I'm patting myself on the back.
Yeah.
But
Thank you so much, David. I think your session was amazing, and I love how much you broke down, the crypto and blockchain technology and how like it can affect the lives of creators. Because
yeah,
that's something like most creators don't literally look into, but that's
yeah,
like the
yeah,
future of everything. Blockchain. I mean, like imagine if a digital product is being sold as an NFT. You
yeah,
understand,
exactly,
right? Like
exactly. Yeah,
that's going to be massive. Actually, that would
yeah,
be
that's like
massive, right?
yeah. Imagine if we start doing like real estate on NFTs. Like literally, I don't need that title deed at home. Me as a
Yeah,
creator, I can buy real estate. I can buy assets. I can buy like if there's so much. There's so much more. Like honestly, that happens in the NFT space. People are just thinking it's the JPEGs, but like I feel like that's just the beginning. That's like the cusp of everything creators will be able to do. Like me as a
yeah,
dev, I mint an NFT and you buy the plugin that's a fractional NFT, and now you're the owner of it. Or we contribute on GitHub, and all of them are smart contracts. There's so many things. Anyway, we could talk about this for like ages, but
yeah. So many use cases. So we have a
yeah,
question from Mutsoni Irungu.
yeah.
Mutsoni is asking, how does blockchain affect the environment?
Yeah, that's a really good question. And one that we always have to be so keen on. Like, so basically, to explain it to you, there's certain blockchains like the Bitcoin network that are built on a series of machines. So I mentioned the machines, yeah. But the problem with how Bitcoin scales is you need thousands of machines so that Bitcoin transactions are efficient. Less machines means transactions take longer. Less machines means it's more the other machines that are existing have to work more, and these machines are on every single day, every single hour, every single minute. If they go off, the network goes off. Well, now why this affects the environment is it because of the enormous power requirements that's needed for these thousands, actually millions now of machines, these mining rigs that are working 24/7 to sign transactions, and it has an effect on the environment that is it's not as bad as the media has sort of like blown it up. It's not that bad, I promise, but it is one thing that we have to be keen on. It is something that we as people have to think about how to improve that. But just to encourage you, Mudoni, if you're a creator and you want to look into the space, the there's blockchains that are built not on these machines and are built on things called validators that actually help um, to curb this problem completely. And how they do that is actually by basically the blockchains don't need machines working, and they use a series of these things called the validators that I mentioned. So it's basically like servers that are signing these transactions. And why that's so cool and exciting is the transactions are processed in seconds, and they use a fraction of the power cost of these other machines. So there's these blockchains that are now building on proof of stake blockchains, which actually help to completely eliminate that issue. So the scalability issue, which is cool. And everyone loves saving the environment. I'm particularly very pro earth, and so yeah, like that's how proof of work blockchains have an effect on the environment. And then these proof of stake blockchains are what you should be looking into. So like there's Celo, Stellar, Polygon as well. It's not detrimental. It's actually helpful in building better systems, but also saving the environment. Not saving it really, but at least making Earth last longer, because that's all we all want.
Amazing, amazing. So before we round up, we will be able to like take two questions, and one question from the audience, then one question from me. So the question from the audience, I have Oyeyemi Mary is asking, for my NFTs, is it compulsory I have a laptop to start? That is a very funny
No, that's
question.
actually a good question. That's like most folks think to get into NFTs, I need a laptop. So simple answer, no. But long answer, yes, to some extent, because you as a creator, as an individual who is a creator, to mint on these particular blockchains, to accept these transactions, most adapters only work on desktops. I think this is a huge blocker. I think it will be solved this year, definitely, because we need more consumers. But if you're a consumer, you're getting into the NFT space, it will be very hard to do it only on your phone, but it's possible. It will just be so, it'll have a lot more friction. It's almost like, I can give you a good example. These days, not a lot of people like going to their bank. I can go to my bank to transact, but who likes the 1 hour trip to Guarantee Bank? So I have to withdraw. I like doing it on the app. It's the same thing. If I go on my desktop, it's easier to buy NFTs. It's easier to mint NFTs. So as a consumer, better to be on a desktop, even as a creator, almost mandatory. I feel like you as a creator should have a laptop because you're running your business basically on your laptop. Doing it on your phone prove a lot harder. Even when you're on seller and you're creating your products, it's easier to do it on your laptop than on your phone. Yeah. Yeah. So I hope that sort of like gives you some clarity on that. Awesome, Milton. I think you are
Sorry,
mute. No, it's fine. It's fine. Yeah, no, you're muted again. Yeah, I can hear you.
are you hearing me now?
Yes, yes.
Okay, awesome, awesome, awesome. Thank you so much for answering that question.
Always.
We have our next guest in the studio, and we're bringing him up soon. But there is a question here that I think is very, very important,
Yeah.
and we have a lot of questions coming in. But due to time, we might not be able to take everything. Please, check out David on Twitter and tweet at him. David, please, what's your handle so that we can have it on the screen?
Yeah, so my handle is just vibes and code. So that's JUST vibes letter N code. And if you want me to break down why that's the handle, just ping me as well. But I think if you search David Nandwa, there's not a lot of David Nandwa, so I hope I'm at the top of Google. So hopefully I'll be there. You can find my Twitter.
All right, then. All right, then. All right, that makes sense. So there's this question from Jubril Oguntade. He's asking, "Hi, good morning, and thank you for doing this. Do you think government adoption will facilitate massive adoption of the blockchain technology, and do you think the space should be regulated?"
Yeah, that's a really good question, Jubril. I think for a fact, the government adopting and being warm to crypto will help with adoption, almost like, Russia legalizing Bitcoin mining, India adding a crypto tax so that all crypto is legal. Those things have helped to accelerate the adoption of crypto in those particular countries. But I don't think it's the one size fits all. Meaning, what I'm saying is, while the government adopting it will facilitate massive adoption is already happening because the government is slow. As humans, we're impatient people. So, if the government is not adopting it fast enough, we'll try to build in a very regulated way that doesn't break any rules, but still, I want to be crypto native before the government says, oh, hey, okay, it's good to go. And do I think the space should be regulated? 100%. Like, what we don't want is fraud, money laundering, lack of protection to consumer investors. So like you, a retail investor, we don't want a scenario where people who don't know what they're doing always lose, and the people who do always win. I think regulation helps to provide us, let's call it a blanket or sort of like a covering to those kind of people. And so yeah, I think there's a world where regulation coexists with cryptocurrencies and blockchains, and I think we definitely need that in the long term so that we're not fighting, we're more working together. And I think there's ways to build incentives for both governments and consumers and builders in the Web3 and blockchain space to live harmoniously together. But that was a really good question. I think about this a lot, and I'm always having conversations with like people in the regulatory space and regulators as well, because as we build, we also want to be, we don't want to be the Robin Hoods too much. We want to be the Robin Hoods, but we also want to be the, I don't know, sort of like the Gandhis who are peaceful and always trying to bring everyone together. Yeah. Oh, Milton, I think you're muted again. Sorry about that.
So sorry. So sorry.
It's right.
Thank you so much, David, for doing justice to the question. And guys, I mean, we have a whole lot of questions here actually, but we can't take everything right now. So follow David. Follow David on
Yeah.
on Twitter at Just Vibes and Code. Just
That's
Vibes and
me.
Code. David is an amazing guy. He knows so much about the blockchain technology. He's well educated, and what he's building with Honeycoin is amazing. I mean, someone is asking, how does Honeycoin work? So please
Yeah, tell him
shoot
the
me a
picture.
DM. Shoot me a DM. He's going to tell
Yeah,
you exactly how Honeycoin works and how you can start using Honeycoin. Thank you
yeah.
so much, David, for an amazing time.
Thank
But
you so
before we
much.
go, please, I need you guys to do something, okay? I and David, we are going to pose right now. So you just take a screenshot of your screen and tag us on Instagram. Also tweet at us while we are posing and just like mention one thing that you learned. So David, 1, 2, 3, we post. Let's go. Yeah. Awesome. So David, thanks a lot for your time. Thank you so much and
Awesome.
have a phenomenal day. I'm going to send you a DM when all sessions are done. Take care.
No worries. Thanks so much. Cheers.
Yeah.
Thanks, everyone. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.